cat refused to leave one locked door. What we found changed everything. The first time Luna refused to leave the old basement door, I laughed. She was my 3-year-old orange rescue cat, playful, curious, and usually distracted by anything that moved. But that morning she ignored her breakfast, walked straight to the locked wooden door beneath our staircase, and sat there without making a sound. Every few seconds she looked back at me, then scratched the door again. I tried carrying her away, but she jumped from my arms and returned to the exact same spot. My grandmother, who had lived in the house before passing away, always kept that basement locked. She used to say, "Some doors stay closed for a reason." I had never found the key, and honestly, I never cared enough to force it open. Luna clearly felt differently. For the next 3 days she barely slept. She waited outside that door day and night, refusing to play with her favorite toy or chase birds through the window. Even my neighbors noticed. "Maybe there's a mouse trapped inside," one of them joked. I almost believed him until the 4th night. Around 2 in the morning, Luna suddenly started crying, louder than I had ever heard before. She wasn't just meowing. She sounded desperate. I grabbed a flashlight and hurried downstairs. She scratched the wood so hard that one tiny piece broke off, revealing a narrow gap. The air coming through smelled dusty but strangely fresh, as if someone had opened the room recently. That made no sense. No one had entered that basement in years. The next morning, I bought a heavy crowbar. It took nearly 20 minutes before the old lock finally snapped. The door slowly creaked open. Thick dust covered the floor, but something immediately caught my attention. There was only one set of fresh footprints leading deeper inside. They definitely weren't mine. My heart pounded as Luna ran ahead without hesitation. The basement wasn't empty like I expected. Old shelves lined the walls, covered with faded family photographs, broken furniture, and dozens of sealed boxes. Luna ignored all of them. She stopped in front of a large metal cabinet hidden beneath an old blanket. She stared at it, then looked directly into my eyes. I pulled the blanket away. The cabinet door was locked with a small rusted chain, but it broke easily. Inside wasn't treasure or money. It was a dusty leather journal, a small wooden box, and several unopened envelopes with my grandmother's handwriting. My hand shook as I opened the first envelope. It wasn't addressed to me. It was addressed to my father, who had disappeared 22 years earlier. Growing up, everyone told me he had abandoned us without saying goodbye. But the first letter destroyed that story. My grandmother admitted she had lied to protect the family after a bitter inheritance fight. My father had never left. Willingly, he had been forced out after refusing to sign away his share of the house. Every letter she wrote afterward was filled with regret, but she never found the courage to send them. The wooden box held old photographs of my parents smiling together, my baby bracelet, and one final note. "If you're reading this, Luna found what I was too ashamed to reveal. Forgive me and find your father before it's too late." I searched his name online that same night. After weeks of searching, I found him living only 3 hours away. When we finally met, he hugged me without saying a word. Years of lies disappeared in one moment. Luna curled up between us, purring as if she knew her job was finally done. Sometimes karma doesn't arrive with revenge. Sometimes it arrives with the truth, and sometimes it chooses a little orange cat to lead the way.